Can the ATF get any more sketchy? Why, of course they can, because they're the ATF and that's what they do. What's up, people of the interwebs? My name is John Crump. I'm an investigative journalist with AMLN News, the best damn website on the planet, where I investigate the ATF, FBI, and all the agencies and organizations out there that want to violate your God-given and constitutionally protected right to bear arms. I'm also a gun rights advocate with Gun Owners of America, Washington, D.C.'s only no-compromise gun lobby. Today's story kind of involves both GOA fighting for your rights and the ATF trying to take away your rights. But this is a leak, so let's go ahead and talk about it. All right. The ATF does not like a provision in the Brady Bill. Imagine that, the ATF not liking the provision in the Brady Bill. The Brady Bill is pretty much an anti-gun person's holy grail. What they don't like about it is there is an exemption for NICS. Back in 1998, when the Brady Bill was passed, not a lot of states had a shall issue concealed carry permit. So they said if your state does have a concealed carry permit and it meets all the requirements of NICS, and it also puts you through a NICS background check, then guess what? You don't have to be submitted to the NICS. All right. So what is NICS? NICS is the instant background check system that the FBI developed. It basically runs you through the system. It checks NCIC and a bunch of other databases and returns a denied or an approved or a delayed response whenever you buy a gun. But certain states like Arizona, for example, and formerly Michigan, jumped on this and said, hey, we want to let our citizens use their concealed carry permits instead of going through a NICS check. And a lot of people like that because it added a extra layer of anonymity. The ATF didn't really like this, but these states were legally allowed to because their concealed carry permit required a NICS check, and it exceeded everything that NICS would do. All right. So what happened here is the ATF told Michigan and a couple other states, you cannot let your citizens use a concealed carry permit instead of going through a NICS check. Even though Michigan's law was way within the bounds of the Brady exemption for NICS, the ATF didn't like it because some sheriffs out there, because in Michigan, for example, the issuing agency is a local police department, some sheriffs were going through NCIC. NCIC is a database behind NICS. Instead of getting a approved, denied response, it shows you your criminal record and all the offenses that would disqualify you from owning a firearm. Well, the ATF didn't like that they weren't actually using NICS, they were using NCIC, the back-end database. So they sent these letters out saying that FFLs cannot use a concealed carry permit as an exemption to NICS. Even though the law was well within the bounds, they said since the sheriffs, some sheriffs, not all of them, most of them were going by law, since some sheriffs were using NCIC instead of NICS, they didn't want anyone using it anymore. That really pissed off the people over at GOA who sued. They sued because they said it doesn't matter what these sheriffs are doing, the law is written the way the law is written, so therefore you have to let these people use their concealed carry permits. The ATF kind of fought back, and then they did in another state. GOA sued again. So the ATF stopped telling states they couldn't allow people to use their concealed carry permits instead of a NICS check because they were getting sued a lot. And they know they're going to lose. In my opinion, they know they're going to lose. So What's going on now is the ATF is telling their IOIs that they need to gather the information of everyone in these states that used a concealed carry permit instead of a NICS check during their annual visit, gather the information, and retroactively run them through NICS. This is not okay, because now these people are being subjected to NICS, and they never knew that they were going to be run through NICS. The FFLs don't know that they're running through these people through NICS. And once they pop up denied, which 99% of denies are false denies, what they do is they give it over to the criminal branch, who gives it to a special agent to follow up on. Whatever that means, I don't know. I don't know if they're going to actually go and show up at these people's door or whatnot. I'm not sure if that's decided yet. But they are retroactively running people through the NICS system, NICS, and passing it on to the criminal branch to pass it on to special agents to follow up on. So these people who use the concealed carry permits because they want another level of anonymity aren't getting that other level of anonymity because they are having a background check ran on them and they're not even aware of it. So the government is abusing this power, in my opinion, to run these background checks, especially since no one knows that the ATF are doing these background checks through the FBI's NICS, but they are. And here's another thing. The ATF doesn't want you to know that they're doing this. I got this information off a conference call, an ATF conference call. I'm not going to tell you who my sources are or exactly what conference call it was or anything like that, because I want to protect my sources. And this source is pretty big. So don't want to burn them, or I don't want to burn the second source who also confirmed this, because this is the first time that I've used them, and this is the first time that they came to me with this. So we have two cooperating sources, and one source is definitely in the know, and one source is definitely trustworthy. I'm not going to give you any more information than that, but trust me, a lot of my leaks comes from this source, and everything has been trustworthy, and the two sources don't even know about each other. They know they're other sources, but they don't know who they are or anything like that. So that's verification there. So what can be done? Well, we are digging, and I know other organizations are digging. I know GOA is digging, and other places are digging. This could lead to a lawsuit, an injunction, if you will, against the ATF from doing this, because I don't think that they have the right or the ability to do it, because it's basically going around Congress. It's trying to get around the Brady law, which they love at the ATF, but they just don't love this one little part. So that is the big leak. It's kind of dirty. It's kind of wrong, and I hope the ATF will stop. All right, my name is John Crump. I have a Patreon. If you like the reporting I do, go ahead and hit me up over at my Patreon, and then also jump over to my live channel, which I'm not live streaming this week, but I will be next week again, and check out some of the stuff that I have over there. It's a lot of fun, talk to a lot of people. And with that said, all right, stay ever vigilant, stay ever free, keep in the fight. I'm out. Peace.